AEW Full Gear 2024 match card and predictions. Who will be walking away with a win this Saturday? Well, let's find out my opinions now with some fantasy booking as well, and where I think AEW may be going in the future as well. Let's start off with the AEW World Championship, Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy. Jon Moxley, seemingly a takeover situation it feels in AEW. It's not your company anymore, it's his and the Death Riders. They've got the AEW World Championship hostage right now, and homegrown stars seem to be looking to try and take that title back. Orange Cassidy is the first man to step up. He's had some great matches with Jon Moxley in the past. However, I think in this match, Orange will be seeing red. I do not see Orange Cassidy walking away as the AEW World Champion. I think Moxley will retain, especially as Orange Cassidy has said to the agglomeration not to get involved in this match. He's at a huge numbers disadvantage, and although I think Darby Allin will probably have his back alternatively, I think Moxley will retain and take on Darby Allin at World's End. Next, we got Swerve Strickland going against Bobby Lashley. What a huge acquisition for AEW Bobby Lashley is, and the Hurt Syndicate look like $1 million. Honestly, excited to see what they're going to bring to the table in AEW. For me, it makes logical sense here that Bobby Lashley picks up the win in this match. It's Lashley's first pay-per-view showing, going against a former AEW World Champion. It puts him immediately in the main event scene and the main event picture. Swerve, in the meantime, however, it'll be his third pay-per-view loss in a row, and for me, I think it's the right move to do right now because, well, before, when Swerve was getting the advantage over Hangman Adam Page, Hangman would be the one that would spiral, would lose all the time. Well, now the tables have turned a little bit since that match at All In, of course, with Bryan Danielson, where Hangman kind of cost Swerve the championship. Hangman then would go on to win the lights out unsanctioned steel cage match at All Out, and now here we are at Full Gear. For me, I want Swerve to continue to spiral until we finally get into the picture of him versus Hangman Page one more time. And speaking of Hangman Page, I think he'll defeat Jay White because Hangman should be the reverse. He should be the guy that should be picking up victories right now. I was surprised he lost to Jay White at Wrestle Dream. However, I do think that was good for Jay White. Jay White's a top tier talent, and for me deserves to be one of the top tier guys in AEW. So a win over Hangman Adam Page is never a bad thing. However, it's time to return the favor. If it was me, I would put a stipulation match in for this one, but I hope Jay White on the other side goes into the Continental Classic. He got quite far last time. Would like to see him get to the final this time. As for Hangman Adam Page, I want to see if he perhaps maybe can start making some direction towards the AEW World Championship picture. We have Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. Well, I'll tell you what, is it the next Will Ospreay? Is it the first Kyle Fletcher? Well, this time the sink or swim for Kyle in this match. For me personally, I'm a big fan of both guys, and I think Kyle here, I think he's going to pick up the victory. And the reasoning for it is, well, if you watched AEW Dynamite last night, you will know that Will Ospreay accidentally hit the hidden blade on Marq Davis, of course, the former tag team partner of Kyle Fletcher, Aussie Open. And Kyle has said to Marq Davis, in the future, you will have a decision to make. And I think when it comes to Full Gear, that decision will need to be made. Now, there is a chance that Marq Davis could cost Will Ospreay the match by accident. I mean, Will Ospreay actually hit Marq Davis by accident on Dynamite. But I think long term, Marq Davis, for me, needs to join Kyle Fletcher, needs to join the Don Callis family, because otherwise, I think he gets lost in the shuffle. So, for me, you don't make Kyle Fletcher this big match on pay-per-view, this big program with Ospreay, just to lose. Maybe in the end of the feud, but this isn't the place for that. I have Kyle Fletcher winning this match. Next, we have MJF versus Roderick Strong. Is someone going to get hurt here? Of course, Adam Cole was confronted by Kyle O'Reilly on Dynamite, saying, you know, MJF is 3 steps ahead. He's more evil than Adam Cole, and that's a good thing. Well, Adam Cole couldn't even get into this match. Him and Roderick Strong had a challenge from MJF where the first person to 3 wins would get the match at Full Gear, and of course, if both had done so, this would have been a 3-way. Well, Adam Cole didn't get the job done. I think MJF is going to beat Roderick Strong. I think Roddy could be leaving on a stretcher. And if I had to guess where I think this storyline is going to go, I think Adam Cole is going to get his match with MJF at World's End. And, well, last year at World's End, MJF lost the World Championship. It was revealed Adam Cole, of course, was the devil, and he had the Undisputed Kingdom on his side, which, of course, included Roderick Strong. I think at World's End, we're going to see Adam Cole be the one to lose to MJF, and I think actually Roderick Strong and I think the Undisputed Kingdom will eventually be on MJF's side. Now, of course, at this particular moment, you hearing that makes no sense, but give me time and I have a feeling that will actually play out quite nicely at World's End, because after all, Adam Cole is the one that's always been the leader, always been the one that wanted to make the chase. MJF maybe is the guy that opened the door, given an opportunity to Roderick Strong to have a match like this, a big match against him on pay-per-view. MJF is quite the persuasive guy. Next, for the TBS Championship, we have Mercedes Moné versus Kris Statlander. I think Mercedes retains quite simply. The feud hasn't done so much for me. I think the match should be quite good in execution. I'm actually more interested in Mercedes having issue with Kamille screwing up recently. I have a feeling we could be getting that breakup tease starting. Maybe it's going to be around Revolution time, but I think Kamille is going to be the person that puts Mercedes away for the first time in AEW. For the TNT Championship, we've got Jack Perry defending against Daniel Garcia. For me, quite simply, I'm going to say new champion. I think Daniel Garcia has re-signed with the company. He is going for championships, and I think the time is now to pull the trigger and give him a run with a championship belt in AEW. It's about building the new stars of tomorrow. Jack Perry's had, well, let's be fair, a successful run with the TNT Championship and a successful year in AEW since returning back what I believe was around April time, of course being with the Elite. With the Bucks not being around and neither is Okada, there's no backup in the meantime, so I'm going for Daniel Garcia. Next, we've got a four-way for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We've got Private Party defending against the Kings of the Black Throne, the Acclaimed, and the Outrunners. For me, simply, Private Party have just won these titles. I think it's a bit soon for them to drop them, so I'm going to go for that reason for Private Party to retain. However, I think this match could actually be low-key a match that could steal the show, because four very talented tag teams. Let's see how it plays out. But yeah, Private Party for me will retain. I actually think Brian Cage and Lance Archer of the Don Callis family will be your next AEW World Tag Team Champions whenever that comes around. We have a Champions Championship celebration with Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa. Looking forward to this one. Honestly, this should be a lot of fun. Will Timeless Tony Storm make a return here at Full Gear? That could be one storyline direction that we could see here, because obviously it's a championship celebration. Something's going to go down. You don't just have a celebration with nothing. But for me, I'm actually going to say we're going to get a Rockers moment. I think we're going to get a Sean and Marty barbershop moment. I think Mariah May is going to turn on Mina Shirakawa, and I think that's going to build up for a match between those two for World's End, because simply will be the World's End of their friendship. Lastly, 0 Hour, Big Boom AJ against QT Marshall. Don't know too much about this, to be honest, so I'm just going to say Big Boom AJ will pick up the win. But that's my predictions there for AEW Full Gear. Let me know your predictions now in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share with a friend, subscribe as well, and well, check out this video on the side of the screen right now. Take care, all the best, I'll see you for the next video.